So Nora is a certified bookkeeping professional who is working on getting her enrolled agent certification, which is basically the IRS's exclusive club that requires a serious test of her knowledge and a secret mission to the depths of the IRS records. Wow. I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. She is the co-owner of Aladdin Bookkeeping, where she handles all aspects of managing the business. She has worked extensively with contractors and service-based businesses, helping them through difficult cleanup messes and complex bookkeeping setups. However messy your QuickBooks Online might be, she has most likely seen worse. Nora, take it away.
Thank you, Tracy. Thanks everyone for your time today. So today I was planning on talking about the number one question that I usually get, which is bookkeeping versus accounting. What in the world is bookkeeping? What in the world is accounting? What do they have to do with each other? And who does it? So I'll go ahead and get started talking a little bit about myself. My husband, Bara, is my business partner. We have two sons. So the oldest is Ali. He's 6 years old, and the youngest is Hamza, and he is 3. We also have two cats, Mango and Mu'mina. So the way we got started in the business was I was originally going to college for biology. I was going to major in biology and then become a physician's assistant. But when we had our first son, I was like, I don't want to, I know there, there's long hours, long shifts, and I didn't want to be that far away from my son for so long. And so my husband was an accountant, and he's like, you should try accounting. And I'm like, okay. So I did. I took a course in accounting and I really, really enjoyed it. And my husband was like, we should start a business. As you can tell, I like to listen to my husband's suggestions. They're usually pretty good. And so I'm like, okay. So we did, and we started Aladdin Bookkeeping. So we started Aladdin Bookkeeping in 2019, and we have been helping contractors and service-based businesses ever since. And the main services that we do work with our clients are with catch-ups. So catch-ups I define as someone who has been neglecting their bookkeeping. They have it set up, but they just have been either crazy busy or they have a heart attack every time they go into their QuickBooks Online. And so we'll get them caught up through however far back behind they go. I have done through 2021, 2022, 2023. As far back as needs to go, I can get caught up. And then what we'll usually do is make sure to maintain that moving forward. Cleanups are a different situation, is usually where either the business owner or someone else has been handling the bookkeeping, but they've been handling it poorly. So usually what'll happen is, like I mentioned in my commercial, is they'll go to their CPA and the CPA will be like, these numbers are not accurate. There's a lot of issues with the financial statements. So what they'll usually do is they can come to me, and what I usually do is a diagnostic review to help them see what are the issues with their books and how we can help them get them cleaned up and as accurate as possible so they can do their taxes. QuickBooks Online setups, that's usually for, like, let's say the business owner has gotten started on their business, they get going, year in, usually they're going to do their taxes, and the CPA is like, I need financial statements, I need your profit and loss, I need your balance sheet, and they don't have those. And so they need to get set up on a proper accounting software in order to be able to pool all the information, all that transactions, and be able to present it in financial statements to the CPA. Usually those all run into monthly bookkeeping. So monthly bookkeeping is basically when you get all of those set up and everything, and then we move into monthly bookkeeping to make sure that cleanliness is maintained, that accuracy is maintained, and they get the actual service of they get their financial statements every month so they know what's happening in their business. I do a custom video. So for those that are a little bit more visual audio learners, they're able to, listen to and watch as I go through some key numbers about their business. So that's all of the services that we do offer, and um, kind of the importance behind them. So now the big question, what is bookkeeping? What is accounting? Bookkeeping and accounting are both really interconnected. So a bookkeeper can do accounting, an accountant can do bookkeeping. It's just really where they want to focus their business and their talent. So bookkeeping, which is the one that I focus on, is recording and categorizing financial transactions, making sure they go where they need to go. Um, some bookkeepers will create customer invoices and collect payments. I don't offer that service, but some of them do. Process payroll and remit payroll with deductions. Conduct bank and credit card account reconciliation. So that one we do every single month to make sure it's like basically a double check that everything that went into your QuickBooks is everything that was in your bank and credit card. So there's no double income, double expenses. We do generate those monthly financial statements. Usually for us, it's our profit and loss balance sheet and the accounts receivable aging summary. Those are the three that I defined as like the most important. And we also maintain the general ledger and chart of accounts. So basically making sure that the information that's in your QuickBooks Online, in your accounting software makes sense for your business, making sure that like you're tracking the exact expenses that you're wanting to track or the exact income that you're wanting to track and making it custom to you. Now, accounting, on the other hand, they're usually a step up from bookkeeping. So bookkeeping builds that foundation, and accounting kind of reviews and offers advice on that. So that's why they'll review those financial statements and account balances. If there's adjusting entries that need to be made, say for certain fixed assets or year end, they're usually the one that they'll create the adjusting entry and then they'll send it to the bookkeeper and say, hey, can you add this to the software? Um, they'll perform financial analysis and financial planning. So they're really the best one to go to when you're like, hey, I want to reach this goal in 2 years, in 5 years. Can you help guide me on how to do that? What are the best expenses or income that I should be tracking? So they're not all accountants offer this, but the ones that do is a really helpful, service that helps people to reach their goals easier. They'll review or audit balances if, like I said, they're usually the first step of like, this doesn't look right. They'll be making sure that everything balances, and if it doesn't balance, they'll send it over to us in bookkeeping. And like I said, strategic planning. So they'll sit down with the business owner and help them plan their growth. And then they also create those financial forecasts. So something really cool that they can do is cash flow forecasting, is where basically they forecast how much you might be making in the future based on your previous information. And that's where bookkeeping comes in to play because you need those accurate numbers in order to make an accurate forecast. But that's something really cool they can do. So that's really basically what's the difference between bookkeeping and accounting. It's kind of really similar, but like I said, bookkeeping builds that foundation of accurate numbers, where accounting can then take those numbers and put them into play. Quiz time. I bet you didn't see that coming. So we'll go through a few examples and then you'll put in the chat who you think would be the best referral for this example. So Mary and her husband own their painting company, Clear Skies Painting, which has been open for 5 years. Mary has been working on their QuickBooks Online, but as the business has grown, she just can't keep up with everything. She's looking for someone who can help her get caught up with her bookkeeping and with monthly bookkeeping. Who is the best to call? So I gave you the options. Who do you think would be the best to send this referral to? And you can put it in the chat, or you can say it as well.
B.
B.
Nora.
Yep. Yes, I would love that as a referral, especially their contractor. And she's been maintaining her monthly bookkeeping, but she, might not have been doing it as accurate. So I'll be able to come in and show her not only, the service that we'll be able to give them, but like what she'll be able to get with the monthly bookkeeping.
With a larger painting company, I think they should probably reach out to me for a larger space.
Yeah, exactly. So example 2, Trudy wants to start her own business, but isn't sure what entity to set up as. She wants to make sure that her business is set up in the best way possible for tax reasons. She also would like to have someone who can help her understand her business's growth in the future and guide her on the best financial decisions. So who do you think this one would be?
A.
Yes. Yeah, so a CPA or an accountant would be the best one to refer this one to, and hopefully we'll get someone soon. You never know. They're a little tricky one to get. So example 3, Samantha Stiles, owner of Hair Today, Gone Tomorrow Salon, is looking to start bringing on employees as she's going through a growth spurt in her business and could use the help. She needs someone who could help her with getting set up and possibly manage her payroll as well. This one should be an easy one.
B.
Yeah,
Tracy.
that's Tracy,
Yeah.
the wonderful
Love
Tracy
referrals like
card.
that. Love those.
Yes, Tracy would be the best one for making sure that Samantha is set up correctly for her payroll and is able to manage it while moving forward. And I have used Connect Pay, and yes, they are great. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. If you do have any questions, I think we should have time. I did not time my presentation, but yeah, I hope you guys learned a lot.
This is very helpful. Nora actually took a picture of your slide that had the accounting versus bookkeeping on it, because I know I get confused even with those two terms, and knowing the differentiation. That really did help a lot, the explanation. Good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought this was a great informative presentation, and just showing the
Yep.
different lanes that everyone tries to stay in, and knowing exactly, where to go to if you need, XYZ.
Mm-hmm. I find it can be confusing if you're not in the accounting industry. But yeah, it makes sense when you break it down based on like who does what. Yep.
How often do you keep in contact with your clients? Is it a weekly thing, daily thing, monthly thing?
It depends, and that's actually a really great question. So it depends on the client. So I do have open communication, so they can call, text, and email me. And I do have a 48-hour timely response guarantee, which basically means if you email me, I have to get back to you within a couple days. Mentally, I get back to you really fast because I hate notifications. But yeah, but for the most part, like clients that don't really need that much support, I do reach out on a monthly basis, maybe bi-weekly, because it depends, because I do have a cycle. But most clients can expect to get their financial statements in that custom video by the 15th or the 16th of the month. And that's like the most where I'll reach out to them.
And with that, let's set up some one-to-ones with Nora and go to our website, www.bnionline.com, to learn more about her and read her article. Thank you. And come join us Thursdays, 7:30 a.m.